my juice feast and feeling a lot better. Day 47 up until about last night, I was just trashed. I was depressed, didn't want to make videos, didn't really want to do much of anything. But now I'm feeling better, and I was very, very dehydrated. Yesterday I probably had well over a gallon of juice, and somewhere in the area between regular water and coconut water, probably close to about a half gallon of that, and it was just, my lips were just on fire, so I don't know, tons of interesting things. But anyways, so today's Thanksgiving and I'm heading up to see my family, and I just got to thinking, you know, there's a lot of times when I'm talking about health to people in public, and I usually only talk about those things if they ask me, so I don't just randomly bring it up. But people seem to be intimidated by the fact that, you know, I live on raw foods or juices, because they're not there and don't ever really, at this point, don't want to be there, which is cool. So I get asked questions, you know, for what are something that a quote-unquote normal person can do to improve their well-being. So I'll just give you a quick rundown of some of the things I think that one can do to help themselves out more. Well, first and foremost, if you use tobacco, give that stuff up. That's pretty much an obvious one. I did smoke and chew tobacco for many, many years. I know what it's like. It's a pain to get off, but you know, you're addicted to something and you're using a product that not only sucks the money out of your bank, but there's also things put in it to make it even more addicting than it already is. So that's the first one. Second one, which will shock a lot of people, is give up all dairy products. Yeah, dairy products. That includes milk, your yogurt, your cheeses, any of that. It is not food that is fit for human beings. I don't even really want to call it food. You know, it seems very odd, like when I pose the question to people, would you drink would you drink another human being's breast milk? Most people seem repulsed by that, but breast milk is something that was, we'll say, designed by nature. I don't really like to use the word design, but designed by nature for the growth of a human. Now, a human being, they grow an incredible amount in the first couple months, couple years of their life. Now, that's when you need the most amount of protein and all that. Well, a human breast milk has somewhere in the area of about 6% protein, right around there. Actually, some would say a little bit less. Now, when you're dealing with cow's milk, any of that, it's designed by nature to grow a baby cow, grow it really quick, so there's a large quantity of protein. Now, all that protein, human beings don't need. It only serves to tax your kidneys, because when you have excess protein in your system, the body can't use it. Your kidneys have to filter it out. It just paves the way for a whole slew of problems. Now, that is also something that is it was very hard for me to give up, specifically was cheese. Now, within milk products, there is a substance, they're referred to as casomorphines. Now, casomorphines have similar properties to opium. They're an opiate. They have that kind of reaction within the brain. And the purpose of it is to help draw we'll just say a baby calf to the mother. So it gives them incentive. There's that comforting feeling when they drink it. So there's not only the connection between two living things, but it's also an actual chemical reaction given off by the milk. So when you're dealing with cheese products, you have concentrated casomorphines in there. So, and add to the fact that it just has tremendous amount of fats, which, if all technically rancidified, the proteins are putrefying, and there's also, under the normal run of things, a lot of salt. So, that is number 2. Number 3, get more movement of some sort. People like to use the phrase exercise. That tends to scare people off. I say get movement. If you can move every day, do it. Our bodies are not set up in a way that we should just be sitting around in an office all day and then go home and sit on the couch and watch television. Because when you move, you're moving your lymphatic system, which serves to pump waste out of your body. It also aids in bowel movements, etc., etc. So if you're into lifting weights, if you're into going to the gym, if you're into doing yoga, by all means do that. But some people just flat out are not exercise people, and I get that. And you know, if you get into a walking routine or something of that nature, you will eventually be like, okay, well, I want to get involved in this sport or whatever. So, and with any sort of sport, you know, a company type team, softball, volleyball, that some corporations have, you can, by doing that, you're not only serving to get exercise, but you're also becoming social. So that's good too. Another health tip: get to sleep at a decent time. And decent time, shoot for 8 hours. Just don't be one of these people that says, oh, I only need 4 hours, because all you're doing is just overstimulating yourself and kind of fooling yourself, essentially, to saying that you don't need that much sleep. So try to set yourself up for 8 hours of sleep a night. And when you do go to sleep, don't do it with a television on, because that does not allow you to get to the deeper levels of sleep. A lot of people say that it helps them fall asleep or it gives them a sense of comfort. Well, what are you comforting yourself against? There's stuff in your head that you probably should be listening to, or, you know, if you're worried about somebody breaking in your house, you're probably more apt to hear them if your television's not on. And if you're worried about the boogeyman, well, I've met him and he's scared about what's on television, but it doesn't stop him from doing his job. Lastly, let's say cell phones. Don't carry your cell phones on you all the time. I will do an entire video on this, but cell phones give off radiation, and it's not good for us. So when we are constantly walking around with cell phones in our pockets, guys, it's lowering your testosterone. Women, I've seen carry their cell phones, they stuff it in their shirt so it's resting on their boob. Not good for breast cancer. It really will block up lymphatic flow. It can lead to tumors. No, cell phones are not as powerful as they used to be, so, but still, it's being around cell phones, being around Wi-Fi all the time. It is a new thing, and we're not going to know the implications of what kind of damage may be done for probably at least another decade or so. So anyways, that is it for today. Subscribe to my videos, leave me any questions or comments, and of course, go out there, be grateful. Hopefully you're hanging out with your families. Tell them you love them. Take it easy.